Howdy, welcome to the channel. And today we're going to be going over Ryobi's new 4-volt USB Lithium 4-in-1 stapler and nailer kit model FVN51K. So the nice thing about this one, it comes with an integrated guideline, so it allows you to align your fasteners really easily. It also has a nice little sight window in the side, so you can actually see if you're low on supplies or not. As always, there is a low LED battery indicator on it, and this will do over 600 staples and nails per charge with the included 3-amp-hour battery, which also allows you to charge mobile devices off of it. So this will shoot 4 different kinds of fasteners. You're going to have a standard staple, the 1/4 inch to 3/8 for the light duty, or 1/4 inch to 9/16 for the heavy duty. Then you also have 18 gauge brad nail up to 5/8 inches. And then you have the round crown, which is 3/8 inches to 9/16. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this on charge. So to make this tool usable, the first thing you're going to want to do is don't have a battery in it. You want to do that after you have it loaded. So we simply pinch the back of our clamp and pull it out. The staples are extremely simple to do. You just take them with the points facing out, and you're going to put it in there and simply slide and lock it closed. And those are the light duty. Heavy duty staples are the exact same thing. Simply put them in there and push it closed. So the brads and the round crown are a little bit different. Whenever you put the brads in, you want to align them with the right side of the body. So the easiest way is to simply flip this on its side, and then you take your stack of brad nails and put it in place, and then you can slide and close.
Don't forget it!
If you have it flipped the other way and you try to close it, it's not going to let you close. However, the round crown is the exact opposite. So they're going to need to go on the left-hand side of the body. So we're going to flip it the other way. We're going to put our round crown in there and then pull it closed. So I'm definitely curious how this actually weighs compared to the 18-volt stapler and brad nailer.
Here, let me just go ahead and get that from you. Great.
I'm not going to have any batteries in here. I'm not going to have any fasteners in here. I want to see how much it weighs completely as itself. So with nothing in it, we weigh 803 grams or 1 pound, 12.3 ounces. Now let's see how much our brad nailer weighs. This is just the brad nailer, nothing else in it whatsoever. So we weigh 2,402 grams or 5 pounds, 4.7 ounces. Now let's check out how much the stapler weighs. And the stapler is 1,364 grams or 3 pounds, 0.1 ounce. Okay, so now I'm gonna actually weigh this with the battery in and with brad nails and staple for the selective tools. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this back out of the charger, and we're going to slide that in. And then I'm gonna do the brad nailer first. Go ahead and put our rack brad nails in here. So fully loaded, this is gonna weigh 873 grams or 1 pound, 14.8 ounces. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull those brad nails out. And we're gonna grab a 4-amp-hour battery, and we're going to drop it into the airstrike, and we're going to drop our brad nails in it. And now let's see how much this tool weighs. We are 3,120 grams or 6 pounds, 14.1 ounces. So we're gonna go ahead and open up this. We're gonna slide in our heavy duty staples. And now we're 872 grams or 1 pound, 14.8 ounces. So let's repeat this, but with the staple gun. So with the staple gun, we are 2,080 grams or 4 pounds, 9.4 ounces. So you can see there is definitely a massive weight savings whenever it comes to this. Now, obviously these can shoot much longer fasteners, so you do have a limitation with that. But I'm thinking using something like this to hang insulation. Like, I could see this working extremely well. So let's go ahead and test this and see how it would work with something like that. And the first thing I would like to test is going to be the brad nails. And then for this, I'm going to grab a piece of cedar. And then I've got a couple of different 2x4s here. I've got one that's really dense, has a lot of weight to it. And then I have one that's very lightweight. And we'll see how it does shooting brad nails into these. For the usual, you just take the tool, make sure you completely depress the plastic part on the front and simply pull the trigger. And it has done a very good job of seating that brad nail down. It is doing a nice job. All of those brad nails are fully below the surface of this cedar. Now let's see how it does on slightly denser material. This is going to be a yellow pine. Same thing. Wow.
Wow.
That sank really good in there. So there you go. You can see how all of those look. Nice and seated. They're definitely below the surface. So just exactly like the cedar is. Now let's see how it does in this very lightweight. It looks more like a white pine as opposed to a yellow pine. And we're definitely doing a good job of seating it down in there. You can see it's going all the way in.
Raising.
Okay, and the less dense one, all of them look very good. They're all fully seated the way that they're supposed to be. If I tilt it, there might be a small little dimple up, but most of them are submerged or right at flush with the surface. However, on the denser one, we can actually see, I've shot 5 into this, and all 5 are actually not fully seated. Let me flip this around and let me try again one more time on the other end. Now that one went all the way down. Let me try a few more. So those all are just slightly above the surface, but not much at all. And with a nail set, it wouldn't take anything to completely get those below the surface. So they're actually doing a really decent job here. Okay, let me try the crown staples next. And we're gonna do the same thing. First, we're going to shoot them into the 1x2 cedar. And we can see it definitely has an up portion, and we're not surprised by that. Shoot some more. So all of these are above the surface here. Let me grab another piece of wood though. Okay, so here we have just a piece of baseboard, and it's gonna be very similar in nature to a piece of crown molding. But let me see how this does. Okay, the crown staples aren't even thick enough to go all the way through.
Dale, what are you doing? I can't see. No!
So I'm gonna have to try it here on this bevel. Okay, so I'm trying it in different locations here, and you can see each one of these has left the crown staple up. Now let's see how deep this is, because this is the largest staples that you can put in it. Well, this top one, of course, didn't even hit anything. The one here on the arch barely got anything through, so that's not going to hold on to anything. And then of course, these staples here, that's gonna get into your sheetrock or your plaster. That won't even get down to your lath if you're doing lath and plaster. So it'll work, but this isn't going to be high-end crown stapling. You definitely won't want to use something with this short of a staple and actually expect it to hold up something for crown molding. However, that's not what I would personally use this for. What I would use it for is to actually take some heavy-duty staples and use this to attach insulation to your home. This is what this little tool is used for. And this thing is so lightweight. Like if you're having to do stuff up in the rafters, you're absolutely gonna be holding that insulation up, and then you're going to be using this tool over your head. As somebody who has used tools over my head for a long time in my career, you get very fatigued after a while, and just holding that tool up in and of itself becomes tedious. And that's just a hazard of the business. However, if you're a DIY or a home user, then you're looking for something that's lighter so you can easily handle the tool and take care of your entire project without wearing yourself out. Now let me try something else. I want to try just a standard paper towel, and there's nothing fancy here. I'm gonna double it up, and then I'm also gonna do a single, but I wanna see how this does. I'm gonna first start with the light duty, and I am just going to staple it on this right here, and let's see how we do. So why am I doing paper towel? Well, if you're doing certain types of crafts, and I'm specifically thinking about parents who help their kids, well, this may actually be exactly what you need if you're trying to stretch certain types of fabric or certain types of sheet goods across a frame. This may be exactly what you need in order to fasten that down to your frame. So now let's put it on the edge, and we're gonna try a single ply of this, and let's see how it does with the regular duty staples. Same thing here. They have only penetrated where the spines are. They have not penetrated along the body.
That's what she said.
Let me switch. Let me see if the heavy duty staples do the same thing or if it has problems. And there we go. Once again, all of them looking nice, doing what they're supposed to do. These have all set well. That one didn't set fully. That could have actually been how I was holding the tool. So that's one situation you might run into. Another one that you may run into is stretching cloth. If you're doing fabric work on a new chair or an old chair and you're trying to lay on new fabric, well, we have some fabric here. And typically they're going to be very light frames. So we're going to check and see if the heavy duty can actually staple down into this. So there we go. Here we have the heavy duty staples on edge, and they went down and they seated just fine, no problems at all.
Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really?
I'm now gonna do some here on the surface. And once again, everything is perfectly fine. It looks good. Now I'm going to double this up, and I'm going to try some this way. And I'm gonna turn it, and I'm gonna try some this way. Now you can see they all went in. These two are a little funky, but you can tell they all went in. They're all secured. They're all working good. They're the way they're supposed to be. So the heavy duty staples work really good. Let me go ahead and pull those out, and let's try the light duty. Now I would not use light duty on fabric just because you want the wider width of the heavy duty staples, but we're gonna go ahead and see if it'll work. Everything looks really good. Everything is seated the way that it's supposed to be. Nothing is above, but nothing has split through it. Now I'm gonna turn it on its edge, and I'm gonna do the same thing here. All of these have seated very nicely, and I have no problems with the work or with the job that any of them have done. They all look perfect, look exactly the way they're supposed to be.
It's a beaut, Clark, it's a beaut.
Now I did also buy some shorter. I bought some 1/4 inch heavy duty staples, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull them out. Now, whenever you're getting full length, you'll notice it doesn't fit in the tool the way that it's supposed to. So for these, you're gonna end up having to split the row in half, roughly, You don't have to be really particular with it. And then you can slide it in there. Now you're good to go. Now I'm gonna run this through. I am going to go ahead and use all of these and all of these nails. I just want to use it for a little bit here and let's see how it does. So there we go. It's an entire row of the 1/4-inch staples, and they're all looking really good. There was a few that I hit different spots, and that's expected. Anybody who has used any staple guns know that at different points you're gonna have different issues. But it held up the entire time. I had no problems with the gun actually doing what it's supposed to do. Everything went through, and it ate through the entire row.
You better check the battery level.
Now, as you can see, through all of that usage with the battery, I'm still sitting at a solid green, so it has not moved to yellow yet. So we definitely still have quite a bit of charge that's left in it. So who is this tool designed for? It's primarily for homeowners. That is the intent behind it. So if you're going to be hanging insulation, if you're going to be doing any kind of Tyvek wrap of your own or anything along those lines, then this tool is going to make that job very simple. It's extremely light and it's going to get those fasteners in every single time. It's also really good for the people who are into crafts. You're going to be able to reupholster chairs or furniture. You're also going to be able to use this to stretch fabric across different carcasses and get it tight with whatever you're needing to do with your projects. If you need staples as a fastener, then this tool is going to be a game changer versus those old mechanical ones. And if you compare it to the 18 volt, it's a lot lighter. Could you use this out in the field? If your main job is hanging insulation all day long and you running through houses all day long, I wouldn't get something like this. It's not designed for that. However, if it is your job to go around and every now and then fix some Tyvek wrap that has fallen down, or you need to fix some insulation because a bat fell out and you need to go put a new piece in, this actually would probably suit those needs just fine. And it's about the same weight as a mechanical one, but you're not going to get fatigued sitting there shooting those mechanical staplers. You just grab this, slap it up against the wall, and you're good to go. So I could actually see this being used by people out in the workforce. So is this worth the $80 price tag that Ryobi has put on it? If you're in one of those groups that I mentioned earlier, then yeah, I actually would say it is worth it. Especially if you've never purchased a mechanical stapler or an 18-volt stapler or something similar, then absolutely, this is a smart purchase if you're in those specific groups. So that's my review for the 4-in-1 stapler from Ryobi. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you have any questions about this tool or any of the other ones, please be sure to leave it down in the comments below. I love hearing from you all, especially great ones like this. Thank you very much for that comment, and thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.